Yeah, I have over 20 years experience with OpenText Extreme, primarily doing consulting work. Work for many or several large consulting companies as well on various large scale projects. Last few projects, primarily I've been working in the cloud native environment where we are doing somewhat of a like a hybrid approach, but most clients that are in cloud native are using hybrid, meaning they're doing all of their development still in the OpenText Extreme Classic or traditional Extreme environment, and then they're migrating all of their like package files to the cloud native environment, and from there they're setting up all of their orchestration jobs, and from there they're running either on demand type of forms or letters or bills and so forth, or they're doing their printing process as well through the orchestration jobs in the cloud native environment.
Awesome.
So yeah, so mainly my role has been either technical lead, primarily on the development part, and then like a cloud administrator on the cloud part, meaning setting up all of the orchestration jobs, setting up all of the different functionality, and even writing some scripting, doing some scripting, because some of these orchestration jobs require some scripting, whether it's zipping files, whether it's sending files to different locations, and so forth. So those
Got it.
type of objects or script writing that you need to do. So
I
have
got it. I got it.
heavily
And can you?
in both admin and development.
Okay, I got it. I got it. And apart from that, can you describe your process for road mapping on open text migration from on-prem to AWS?
Well, there's, I mean, architect. Is this basically an architect role, or is this going to be a development role? Because road mapping is more towards architecting and setting up an environment for a client, right? But is it something that the client already has installed, has set up, but they don't have any type of, I guess, developers that know how to utilize the cloud native environment, or is it something that they're planning to bring in people to come in and do the complete install and configuration?
Yes, that is what the client is looking for. Like, they are looking for developer who can do this completely.
Yeah, that's multiple roles. Basically, an architect, role and a developer role, is two different roles, right? But they're looking for somebody that has both. It's gonna be
Like, install, configure, and support Extreme Engine
yeah,
for development,
primarily
right?
all the install. They don't. They bring in professional services from OpenText, because when they purchase the product, OpenText will do the install. It's part of the purchase of the product, right?
Mhm.
So they're not gonna just sell a product to a customer and then just say, be hands off and say, hey, you guys do the install, you guys configure it yourselves. It's part of the package that is purchased by the so they have all of these like certain set of professional service hours that go in to do the actual install and config. And mainly what I've been involved with is I don't primarily do the install or config, but I work with the professional services as part of the client team. And then so they'll bring in either one or two professional service people that will work with the client, and then that's where you run. They have all of their basic install, like Helm install scripts that are set for each different type of cloud environment, whether it's AWS, where it's whether it's OpenShift, whether it's, they have it all. So basically they just run through their, all their the Helm installation and the YAML scripts, and then from there they'll configure as per what the client setup entails, right? Because each client will have a different environment, right?
Okay,
So
so have you worked in that environment? Have you migrated from
yeah,
on-prem to AWS?
so migration is where you create your package files, right? And then that's where you would migrate your package files, which contain, all of your letters, your bills, and so forth within that package. And then you would migrate it to the cloud environment, whether it's the cloud environment you have set up, whether it's dev, test, or prod, right? So most of the time, the migration is done from the design manager application, right? And then you set up your design manager application to connect to the cloud environment through DAS. And from DAS, that's where you would do your migration to your dev environment. And then from dev environment to test environment, from test to production, those are all different types of migration as well. So initial migration is from design manager to dev in the cloud, and then from dev to test, test to prod is cloud to cloud, right? So, but yeah, I've been involved in all of those migrations.
All right, I got it. And apart from that, when it comes to your experience, specifically, blockers you run into along the way. So I want to understand what are some blockers you run into along the way.
Yeah, so mostly when you talk about cloud or hybrid cloud, um, there are some blockers. The reason why some of these clients don't go with like fully cloud installation or fully cloud environment where you don't have any involvement with on-prem, right? Because a true cloud environment is you're doing all your development in cloud, and you're running all of your jobs, you're doing all your orchestration within the cloud, right? But with the OpenText, I don't know about the latest products, but with the versions that were installed in the client, they had some issues with any letters or any type of bills that were first like double byte, using double byte languages, right? So, for example, like Chinese, Japanese, or any languages that were using double byte, it wasn't fully supported in the cloud environment, right? So you couldn't do any development in the cloud if you were sending these different type of letters in double byte format, right? So that's why you still had to do everything in on-prem and then move that package to the cloud, because it wasn't supporting that. Also, what wasn't supported is using pre-existing PDF files that were being attached to these correspondences that were going out to the customer. So the concept of PDF pass-through, or using existing PDF documents in a package that gets either sent online or it gets sent through the mail to the customer, it wasn't fully supported in the cloud as well. So they couldn't develop brand new these letters that use attachments for PDF, right? So that's why they had to stick with the on-prem approach, because on the on-prem, you can do all of that, no issues. So those are two main blockers that I've seen that clients, they decide when they decided to go with the fully enabled cloud or go with a hybrid approach, they selected the hybrid approach because some of these limitations in the cloud with the OpenText product.
Okay, all right. And apart from that, when it comes to this particular role, can you describe me overall experience with OpenText Extreme and
Yeah,
Cloud
so
Native?
cloud native, I would say about over 2 years experience. Primarily last two projects, been doing only cloud native development work. and implementation. Prior to that, I was using a communication server platform, which is another OpenText product, but it's not cloud related. So those applications were all on-prem. So prior to the last few projects I've worked on, it was all on-prem experience.
Okay, all right. And this role would be like, more like a hybrid. So will you be comfortable, like, a hybrid role, or how you would like to proceed? Because this would be require 3 days on site, 2 days
Yeah,
remote.
that's why I was very skeptical when I talked to these guys, because they assured me that it's going to be fully remote. And so my current
No
location is
problem.
in Dallas, Texas, right? And I'm not going to be able to relocate, for this
No
role.
worries.
So that's
All right.
why I mean I wish, and they assured me 100% that it's remote. So that's why I don't want to
I should have informed
waste
you.
your time. I don't want to waste my time because I can't
Correct.
move, right? And if
I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah.
so, is it going to be remote or is it hybrid?
I can still try to represent your profile being a remote candidate so far. Like, for on-site role, I do not have any candidate. So let me share your profile with my manager, and accordingly, like, we will be, and I really appreciated that you being honest that you will not be able to relocate and you are in Texas. The employer shows your profile as you are in Pasadena, California. You will be able to attend on-site interview.
Yeah.
That
So
is,
on-site interview, I mean, that's one thing, but after
yeah.
that, I mean,
So you are comfortable for an
I
on-site
said I can go
interview,
on site, right? But I mean, not in a hybrid capacity. So they told
right?
me, yeah, you'll only be on site one time, a face-to-face interview, and that's it.
So you are
So I mean, I
comfortable with
agreed
that,
to
right?
that, but
Okay,
yeah.
no problem, no problem. I will be doing it. All right, I will be representing your profile. All right, thank you for being honest. Let me, like, represent it. Okay, and let's see,
Yeah,
like,
so I
what the
mean,
I'm totally fine with, like, the kind of communication we are having. We are
yeah,
on the same page.
yeah.
You tell me, like, you are not willing to go on site, only you will be able to do the face-to-face interview. That's completely fine. I can still try to push your profile in case, like, if the clients thinks that, like, they do not have anything, they might have, like, give a try on your profile. All
Okay.
right.
So when do
Yeah.
you think you can expect to hear back from them? Because um, to be honest, I mean, I get a lot of, reaching out